Another weird week. Tyranny in the coal mine edition. Looks like the sixth stage of grief might be shredding the Constitution. In their high-five style of mourning, they want to purge anyone who doesn't think like them. The president even threatened to go after Antifa. So if you do know any World War II veterans, make sure they have their papers in order. The week began with the Emmys celebrating film and TV and their ability to predict the future. Top drama was about doctors trying to do their jobs under bosses who make it harder and make people less safe. Kind of like how the former CDC director described working under RFK. Not sure how he'll respond, but I do know it'll sound like someone trying to start an old lawnmower. The two big acting winners were a young man playing a troubled kid who shockingly killed someone, and of course an actor playing a comic who lost a talk show for speaking truth to power. Which brings us to the real story of a real man improperly punished for saying something callous on TV. Talking, of course, about Brian Kilmeade on Fox saying maybe the homeless should be euthanized. His network made him apologize on a lightly viewed Sunday morning show. Then another man who heads the FCC threatened affiliates if they didn't remove Jimmy Kimmel's show because he made fun of the president using a man's death mostly to brag about a ballroom. Incidentally, if you're underage and the president starts bragging about ballroom, you get the heck out of there. But Kimmel was canceled and the GOP cheered. Turns out freedom wasn't a part of Kirk's speech they admired. Might have been all that stuff about black people. Meanwhile, prices are still going up. There are still no actual trade deals and weird stuff is happening. Like that Spirit jet that almost collided with Air Force One, violating not only airspace, but also the president's strict not too close to poor people rule. While the economy nears recession, the UK let him be queen for a day, and while his predecessor added countries to NATO, he's just adding NATO countries to Russia's hit list. They're not smart. No one videoed herself mistakenly doing an ICE raid of an actual US citizen, and it turns out that Fed woman mortgage fraud claim was just a hoax. Then our tiny, angry FBI director, or as I call him, Petty Cash, testified in front of Congress. He got upset and yelled a lot. Seemed like the only way to quiet him was to ask about his boss being in some unreleased files. Because in today's GOP, if you're 14 and commit a crime, they'd try you as an adult. But if you're an adult who commits a crime against a 14-year-old, they'll build you a ballroom. Have a good weekend. Stay ornery.